Hello YouTube world, this is my second Florida Gators vlog. I think we have surprisingly a lot to cover, so let's get started. First I'd like to talk about our new jerseys that we're going to be wearing for the bowl game. They're the Nike Pro Combat ones, like the ones that we wore in our SEC Championship game against the University of Alabama. They're all white. The only difference is this right here. We'll be wearing our orange helmets instead of the white ones with the big blue F. It's been reported by ESPN that John Brantley may transfer. I'm not really concerned about this. I know a lot of you out there might be. For those of you who might be concerned, let me just remind you that we have 3 more than capable quarterbacks, 2 that play for us and one that we've recruited. We have Trey Burton, who is a great dual threat quarterback. I think he could run any dual threat system. I also think he can throw the ball. I also like Jordan Reed. Jordan Reed basically has Trey Burton's skill set. He's not as fast, but he is bigger, so he can run over people. And then third, we have Jeff Dirksel, who is our incoming freshman recruit, #1 quarterback in the country according to Rivals. And he's a pro-style quarterback. He's 6'3", 225, so he's also got the size to do pretty much whatever he wants. So I think we're going to be able to run whatever offense we want next year. Okay, now we're going to move on to Muschamp's speech, which I watched the other day for the first time and took 4 pages of notes on. Some people said, you're a nerd. I said, well, yeah, when it comes to Florida football, I kind of am. I kind of really like, that kind of stuff's really interesting to me. So, I mean, I tried to not, I don't want to say everything that he says. I don't want to feel like I'm just repeating it, but at the same time, there's a lot of stuff that he said that I like, so I am going to talk about some of those things. He was very thankful. He was very understanding. He was very excited. He looked, he just looked happy to be there and happy to have the opportunity. He laid out his goals. He's very confident. He recognized his parents for being there, his wife a couple of times, his children. And like I said, he's just very excited to be at Gainesville. He stressed the importance of good choices. He stressed the importance of getting a degree. He expressed that there would be a spiritual aspect there. It wouldn't be forced on anybody, but it would be available to people who wanted it, and he said that he was a believer in that. He said that we would be a pro-style offense and defense, but he said that we had to evaluate what we had right now and recruit to what we wanted to get to. We might not have the players to run a pro-style offense right now is basically what he's meaning there, I think, which is fine because I completely agree with that. I don't think we have a lot of the necessary tools to run a pro-style offense just yet, but I feel like if we recruit, we can get there. He expressed very much emphasis on team and family-like. He outlined 3 points in that, and that's trust, respect, and communication. And those are all very important, as we know. He's very excited about the history and tradition of the program. He had season tickets as a kid. I think I mentioned that in the last video. He talked to Tim Tebow on the night he got the job. Talked to Urban. Urban will still be involved in the program. That's been reported on ESPN. Also, but that was also in the interview. He deals in reality, and it's about winning. It's about winning championships, it's about winning games, and it's about winning championships, and he knows that. And I'm a big fan of that. I'm glad that he's aware of that because that's what we're going to expect him to do here at the University of Florida, is win championships. Let's talk about recruiting for a second. Our spots haven't changed on ESPN.com or on Rivals.com, but he said as far as his recruiting goes, he wants us to take care of our backyard, which is Florida. And he said he wants us to work, which I think is a great thing. He said, we will have a physically tough football team. He said that 3 times, and that's obviously something that's very important to him. And I'm not going to say it hasn't been there in the past. I feel like it has, but I feel like, when you think about teams that are just tough teams, not only tough to play against, but also just tough teams, I'm not sure I would have put us up there in that category. We've been more of a finesse team, it seems to me, the past few years. Of course, a lot of people would argue that with Tebow, but as far as defensively, I feel like we've been kind of a finesse team. We haven't been as tough as we can be. He's talking about offense. He said that we would have a balanced offense. He used the word balance a lot, at least 5 or 6 times. He said that he has no timetable on hiring a staff, which is a good thing because I don't want him to get in there and kind of feel like he has to be hurried to hire, so many people so fast. He said our best players will play on special teams. He said something about a quote that somebody had said, if you're not a quarterback or if you're not an offensive lineman, that you're a selfish player. Something like that. and I'm not exactly sure where that came from, but he said the best players will play on special teams. He said he's not big on stats. He said the one stat that matters is winning. He grew up a Gator, and that was mentioned, I think, in my other blog. He said the Florida job does not come open often, and that was one of the reasons he gave for leaving Texas to come here. He said he took the job immediately when he was offered. He said Mack Brown was happy for him. He said he has really high expectations. He said we expect to win. He said he has the he thinks he has the qualities to succeed, and that's good that he has that confidence. Said he's going to be him on the sidelines. He's been nicknamed, as some of you may have read in some places, Coach Boom, and I've seen some videos of him on YouTube, and he's very active. He's very adamant. He's pretty in your face on the sidelines. So I hope he continues that, and I would really enjoy if he continued that. He's very pleased with the opportunity. He liked the opportunity, and his wife was on board with it. So he said, I could go with that. He said he will be at practice. Urban Meyer wants him at practice for the bowl games. And he finished with these 2 points, saying what he needs to do right now. He said we need to do 2 things right now. We need to finish strong on exams, and we need to send Urban Meyer out with a win. And I like all that, especially the points he emphasized: balance, toughness, family, like team-first mentality, and that it's about winning championships. Winning specifically, and specifically winning championships. I think on that note, we're going to end this broadcast. Your comments and questions are welcome. I'd like to thank you for watching, and I look forward to posting another blog soon. Well, I'll see you next time, and Go Gators.